Welcome back to Conceptual Concepts. Now, the last episode we talked about some of the virtues of sortition, or the government by lots. And now I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the possible caveats or problems that might arise, and some of the arguments against sortition. The first one for most is that it gets rid of, it relinquishes the expertise of statescraft, or the skills of leadership that we usually assume that our Congress people possess. It also requires a certain amount of training above and beyond what a lot of our Congress people, who sometimes have a lot of experience with law and law creation, already know. Another problem is that if there are no elections, elections are primarily how we keep our politicians responsible and hold them accountable to their decisions in Congress. And with sortition, there's no possible way to do this. People are just in and then they're out, and we just hope that they do the best they can. And also, even though that it dispenses with the problems of corruption in long entrenched politicians, there are always new ways and new influences of corruption that can enter, which we haven't necessarily thought of. So this is something that we have to kind of already look out for as we adopt sortition. Next slide, Jesse. Now, there are a few possible fixes here. These are very imperfect. One is that providing ready access to expertise, something of a brain trust for those in Congress. That is, that they might not know things themselves, they might not be aware of certain things themselves, but they should have some sort of body of knowledge that they can call on very efficiently and easily. Keeping this fair is another problem altogether. The other thing is that we want to institute voluntary participation. That is, nobody will be compelled as they are with a jury, because we want people to bring with them a certain amount of political enthusiasm and not resentment into Congress. Two other methods that we can use in different proportions. One is some form of sequestering Congress. I don't know exactly when we would do this. And the other one is transparency. That is, total public knowledge of all their communications and meetings. Another one is a few other ideas here. These are even stranger, are things like having mystery members, which is plants that basically are just there to control outside and corrupting influences. The other is that we can maybe perhaps more extreme members of Congress, people that are unwilling to actually participate in the political process, can be dismissed by vote. And finally, an idea I think that is key is that we could still have it balanced by an elected body of officials, that is, in the case of my House of Representatives, by the Senate. And so these are just a few ideas that I wanted to put before you about sortition. Thanks very much.